be able to take them on because, as I said before, with it, how we saw Kungarna today being probably at their best right now, they might have the opportunity, but again, they have to figure out ways to deal with Zachary and deal with Who Are You, who have been so consistent throughout this tournament for Fusion University.
And I have to say, I've also been really impressed by Beast Halo, definitely stepping up himself.
Yep.
On top of that, and Zachary, considering the fact that, okay, even if you take down Who Are You, he's still gonna be a huge threat on the likes of a Tracer now, as they will look to dive in, already looking for the squishy targets, but so far it's gonna be Zyre claiming that first kill onto Beast Halo, and as a result, it will be close to that first tick, but overall, team fight potentially won here for Kungarna, as Who Are You can look to dish out a lot of pressure onto Zyre, but somehow managing to stay alive. We'll still see nothing given up as of yet. Hard Blue on the point will disengage for now. It's still an all-out brawl, but Zachary gets to go with the pulse bomb. Gonna look for an angle, unsuccessful, but still Vita Coco is gonna claim one kill. Or rather, one death here, as Kalakin was the one to get the kill. And in the end, it does look like Fusion University are gonna win this one out.
Something that Fusion University has over any other team right now in the tournament is just this insane composure. When you see them start to lose people in their lineup, they're still able to stick in fights long enough for them to come back from respawn. They're able to, create some momentum off of that deathly duo. A lot of aggression coming from Beast Halo. They find that early foothold, just create momentum from that. Not even having to expend any ultimates to get that going, just to kind of stay in those fights. So that's insane to see from Fusion University. Now they're contesting the high ground. We'll back Harblu and Vita Coco off of that. And it seems like Kungarna is going to have a tough time trying to deal with this initially, unless they are able to get the better end of the deal and the ultimates that they use in this next fight.
We'll see a lot of ultimates available on both sides, but the Blade is going to be the choice. Zachary finds the first kill, and can the Blade secure another? As so far, it's just 1-0, and we will see the return potentially still come through. However, with Alarm having that transcended, still going to be a Zyre and one to fall. Vita Coco will go down 2, and overall, once again, it is going to be Fusion University winning out big time. But the big problem for them is the fact that Jesus was contesting on the payload, and they committed all of those ultimates. Only the sound barrier left for them.
So Haku right now backed off, but they have the ability to cover the attack visor if they have to. And it's going to be necessary more than likely, as Who Are You does take some damage, but he's been known to be aggressive in these situations, especially with a sound barrier on him as well. Beast Halo jumps on Eastfire, and they don't have the ability to cover him at all.
And that's a big kill at that. With the attack visor out of the question, gonna make things easier for them. But Harblu does manage to find a kill in the end onto Kraken Lakin, and maybe this is gonna be what Kungarna needs to stabilize. But in the meantime, Who Are You is getting awfully close to the Blade as he gets a kill onto Vita Coco, and he pulls it out. Can he find the kill? So far, he gets one. You're looking for that. Zenyatta gets a second, and it is going to be looking like Fusion University are gonna win this one out, as Who Are You even getting another kill. Make that 2 more for himself.
And, some people will wonder why they always play the same comp every single time. We do not often see them swapping things up. And this is exactly the reason. Why swap if it always works? Every team is expecting the full dive. Every team is expecting Who Are You on Genji, but still nobody's able to deal with it. He's so precise with his dashes. He's so precise with his shurikens. His blade is just insane, even more so now because he doesn't have to worry about those phantom hits with that high ping. He's in NA now. This is scary for any team facing off against Fusion University.
And Zyre will be going on to the Genji himself, looking to contest with that counter dive on top, but it is going to be Jesus, the first one to go down. Beast Halo claims that kill. Who Are You still dashing through, already getting close to another Dragon Blade. However, Alarm having that Transcendence could potentially secure this team fight, and any final few kills happening here will make things all too easy for Fusion University to potentially get that final point on the board. But we will see Harblu look to regroup with this team, and one potential last team fight left for them, but they need to get on the payload, as Jesus will be taken down. Can they do it? Harblu does manage to find himself right in the nick of time, but overall still things looking very good for the other side, as Who Are You is going to pop out the Blade, but it will be taken down. Haku finds a huge kill, but nobody to contest. It means that Fusion University still will claim that third point.
And again, they had a couple fights that looked winnable, but because Fusion University was able to just stay in them. They, even if they lose a player, they go down, they're still able to stick in those fights, sustain, use their DPS to create space for their tanks to come back into it. And that's insane to see, seeing the Tracer and the Genji creating space for the rest of the team, where normally for a roster outside of the Tracer, it's usually the tanks creating space for everybody else. They easily swap it up. They have that gear shift available because the DPS are so proficient, they're so good in their role that they can easily just make that adjustment and allow and buy time for the tanks to come back into it if they die off early, or anyone for that matter. Even if it's Zachary dying off, everybody is able to sustain long enough for the Tracer to blink back into it, or whatever. And it works out for them to the point where the fights looked like they had been losing, they stayed in the fights, and their fight win percent has got to be like insanely high right now, because they never really lose a fight outright. They stay in them, and then they turn it completely around when they get their respawns back.
And the scary prospect now for Kungarna is the fact that they not only need to get that third point on the board too, but looking at the time bank, with 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining, things are looking exceptional here for Fusion University. Definitely looking poised to get that first one on the board through Hollywood. But of course, it's not over just yet. Some good signs coming out of Kungarna too. But as you mentioned, the big problem was, while yes, things started to look better for them in some of those team fights, somehow Fusion University managing to stay alive, managing to still contest, came out on top, coming out of the attacking side in the end. And now that we will be swapping over sides, no soldier for Fusion University, instead full-on dive for them.
Izire and Jesus are still a very, they're still a good DPS duo. They should still be pretty deadly here in this matchup. We'll see Izire just taking his time, getting some ult charge, but really struggling to keep up with Who Are You. In the meantime, though, Krakenlaken forced to fall back. Beast Halo is still very far forward, so he's going to be taken out, as he didn't have that defense matrix to keep him alive. Who Are You went with him too, so perhaps a little bit of communication mishaps there.
Especially with Jesus finding a kill onto Zachary, who was waiting off onto the side. Kill is favoring the side of Kungarna, means that they will be getting that first stick, but the returns are coming in on the other side. Fusion University, you can't count them out until they lose that third tick too, and we'll see. Kungarna just scared off of the point because of it, but they do get those 2 ticks.
Alarm Transcendence ready. 2 ticks taken by Kungarna, but again, Fusion University, in one of those situations that usually would be unwinnable, they're still able to turn it back around. Now they'll have to stay composed. Do not want to have those communication issues that allowed for that opening to give up 2 ticks.
And we'll see none of them going down. BCL dropping extremely low. Finally, Jesus does claim that kill, and as Desire gets another onto Zachary, it's going to be Transcendence on both sides. Vita Coco falls for it, but overall, number advantage on the offensive side. Desire pulling out the blade, finds one onto Who Are You, and even though the sound barrier is going to come out, it's still a little too late. Desire still going to be able to dash away with the Swift Strike, claim the kills, and secure the point for his team.
Coming away from this fight, Who Are You will have a blade himself. Kungarna gets it done on their attack, but they have to just they have to be very consistent here. They have to be winning out fights to get a time that's even close to matching the 3:33 that we see out of Fusion University. And with what we've seen from Who Are You and Alarm so far, these guys being in NNA right now, I don't know if it's going to be possible to even come close to matching that. They have to be just decisive and just so good about taking these guys down, really putting the pressure onto Beast Halo when they can, as he extends very aggressively. Vita Coco gonna be answered though.
It will be a 1-for-1 trade, but as I say that, Beast Halo finds another kill onto Jesus, and as a result, the blade is gonna come out. Who Are You looking for this targets? Can he find them? Gets one onto Hardblue. Will potentially get the second one to Zaire, as he will be able to dash away, but not for long. Zachary was lying in wait, and the big problem for Kungarna was the fact that they also committed the sound barrier. And while Haku is getting close to a Transcendence, Alarm is lying in wait with one of his own.
I'm certainly looking at the pulse bomb and Yzire with the blade. I mean, these guys need to find something here to open this up. Otherwise, we'll see Fusion University staying it out. I mean, they're so good about, like I said before, maintaining their composure and making sure that even if they lose somebody, they're able to stay in these fights, and in a lot of cases win them outright as well. And already, Alarm forced to pop the Transcendence, going to heal up Krakenlaken, but as it fades down, looking to see if Jesus or Izire can find anything here.
And they need to, because they do have the blade. Transcendence will be used aggressively just to make sure that Genji stays alive in Izire, but he still needs to get the kills. He's gonna look for the first one, gets one onto Elk, and Haka will go down, but overall Izire still claiming to, still looking for more, and as a result, it will be, in the end, Kungarna winning out on this team fight, as we will even see Horrible pop the self-destruct there at the end, but a lot committed for it, and we've seen how good Fusion University has been in terms of regrouping and making sure that they get that final potential contest on this checkpoint. But overall, still looking pretty good for Kungarna potentially, as Jesus does have the pulse bomb at the very least.
And as people come through that doorway, it's an opportunity for him to get the pulse bomb out. This time, though, not going to amount to much, as Who Are You is looking for Jesus. They want to shut him down. Vita Coco falls first. Sound barrier keeping Fusion University healthy right now as they shut Izire out as well, taking him down, recalled down from Jesus. He will easily be answered, and again, Fusion University battling back onto the point, avoiding the pulse bomb threat, and then winning the fight again. 2:10 on the clock right now. Fusion University backed up close, but they will allow the payload to start pushing itself back, taking that fight there. Krakenlaken pretty close to actually getting his mech back, but he'll need it very quickly. Won't have a problem with that, as he's going to get back into it right now. But again, Sound Barrier to start this fight off with from Kungarna. 67% for both Jesus and Izire, looking to try to get those generated quickly. I mean, I said it before, they need that blade or the pulse bomb to find something to get the advantage that they need to be able to take a fight.
Oh, but the scary thing is the fact that Haka already going down means that things are looking still stellar for Fusion University. Now Alarm is going to come in and Transcendence. You know what that means. It means Who Are You is going to pull out the blade. Going to look for the first target. Gets one. Looks for Izire. But he will get it with the help of Beast Halo. And then once again, Fusion University winning out on this team fight. Will buy enough time for the DPS side of Kungarna to build up their ultimates, as Jesus gets still Beast Halo in the end. And if they can make something happen off of it, maybe they can still get that payload on that second objective, but time is slowly slipping away, and their small advantage right now is going to be back of those ultimates for now.
A lot of options here for Kungarna. They have to get it done here if they want to move into that final phase of the map. They have them down low. Need to go ahead and execute now as the blade is ready, jumping right into the back.
Ooh.
He'll be able to find both support kills off of one slice. Now looking for the tanks, as they aren't going to be able to get healed up. Kungarna should be able to do this here, but still have to deal with Who Are You, and he'll have the blade ready soon as well.
And we'll see finally Vita Coco get a kill onto Beast Halo, but those DPS lineups still on the point means that they're going to buy enough time potentially. The blade is going to come through, finds one on Desire, going to get more. Who Are You with a big blade? It's going to be able to clean things up once again. Fusion University somehow always sticking to it, always defending out right at the end with 10 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be disastrous for Kungarna.
And Vita Coco's dead already. Alarm will have the Transcendence. There is no way, surely, that we will see Fusion University dropping this one, and they do not. Fusion University battling back into the point twice to be able to secure the second point hold. They take the first map here on Hollywood, and Who Are You? I don't know what this play of the game is going to be, but there's at least 4 different options for the game to have chosen from.
And definitely showing us why he's one of the top Genjis potentially in the world. Stellar performance coming out of him, but it's not over just yet. Coming up next, it's going to be Hanamura. Don't go anywhere.
You know what, Brunch? I feel like we are going to have a lot of highlight clips from the previous match. I mean, who are you? Just on another level.
I wonder what for the giveaway, what the clips will be now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And then, I mean, Izar had one also good moment, but I mean, looking back at the game, Fusion University had impeccable attack inside. I don't think they even slowed down a bit, I'd say.
And that's the big problem. When they start off on attack, they are seemingly unstoppable as proven. And it was really interesting to see how they won those team fights, those prolonged team fights where they would come in and even if they would lose Beast Halo or anyone else, overall they still came out on top of those team fight wins.
Yeah, as you said, even when things were looking grim for them, who are you would turn it around with Dragon Blade then.
Well, it's not just who are you. Zachary also having a good time, of course, on that Tracer. As consistent as ever. Beast Halo overall have been impressed by his play, knowing how to position himself a little bit better compared to the group stages, and his team overall still looking as good as ever too.
Now the second map is going to be Hanamura, and unfortunately we won't see young Zergi play again. Makes me very sad, but what can you do?
He already had one big clip on Hanamura when he did play, but Widowmaker, while you could see her come out for their first point, maybe even to the second one to start things off if they look to snowball. It's not as of a safe pick, and definitely can't fault Fusion University to look to, at the very least, potentially close this one out.
So you don't think that Fusion University missing Zerg in this one will actually hurt their chances at all?
No, just because, generally speaking, the dive will be more consistent and give them a higher percentage chance of winning.
The match is ready. Let's see if Fusion University can close it out now. Casters, take it away.
I know it's probably not the best way to put it, but I honestly just feel bad for every other team, and I'm sure you feel the same way, Brunch, because having a world-class talent like Who Are You on the roster, I mean, you can get away with stuff like just always running the same comp. Look at this. I mean, Elk is switching up to an Ana, which is likely to try to deal with what might be, a tank setup, and it looks like that's going to be the case, and we will see Jesus on the Diva, so they're going to go for 4 tank. Elk seeing this, answering it, expecting it as well, but otherwise, it's the same comp every time from Fusion University, and it looks so good against every team.
And we've seen how problematic this dive comp is going to be against the quad tank, and so far it's going to be Beast Halo claiming that first kill onto Jur. The Bionade was there on the side of Elk. Beast Halo that will go down, but in the meantime, it's still going to be all about Who Are You and the rest of his team that continue to dash through, and this is the big problem. It was right on Hanamura with Who Are You sticking to the Genji against quad tank, was able to dive through those tanky lineups and charge up that blade pretty much for every team fight, but some adjustments will be made. Azire will go over to the Pharah, and I'm curious to see how this one is going to pan out for the side of Kungarna.
Probably their best option to bring the Pharah out, go for full dive. You have 2 players that can remain mostly safe, but we've already seen how Who Are You can deal with the Pharah himself. He doesn't even need Zachary's help. He goes up and just takes the 1v1 every time, gets away with it. But Who Are You with the blade to start things off. Beast Halo will fall, but Who Are You should still be able to get stuff done with the blade. Not going to be the case just yet, but has everybody low enough for Zachary to finish the job.
Was Zachary who come out on top with the pulse bomb and the kills in the end, but overall does mean that Kungarna will look to reset, and already things looking exceptional for Fusion University, looking to potentially get a full hold on that first point, but considering the fact that there is still 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, Zachary's gonna be really far forward, still not spotted out. Sneaky Tracer lying in wait for now, could potentially take out that squishy in the backline in the likes of Jur, but overall, we'll still see Azire look for this kill. It's gonna be actually Who Are You somehow claiming Haku out of the skies. And with that kill, it's gonna enable the rest of his team to collapse. On top, Azare's gonna fall too. And once again, it's all about Fusion University on Hanamura.
And they have so many ult stacked up. We saw Jesus taken down as he looked to try to get some kind of work done. Pulse bomb went out, didn't find anything as he missed the stick. But Izire swapping back over to the Genji. We'll see them just take this head on. However, Who Are You 60% towards the blade. We know how quickly he can generate those. We've even seen how Elk actually nano boost Who Are You early to try to generate the blade, and then he'll still be able to have time left over to get the blade out. But he doesn't even need that just to start off, as you see the self-destruct coming out. Who Are You already found a couple of kills, and they're still stacking everything up.
It was actually Beast Sailor with the big plays off of the Primal Rage, dealing a lot of damage, but also displacing the opposition in a way which enabled the rest of his team to clean the kills. And in the end, with only the Primal Rage committed, they're going to be able to push them back to their spawn. Now with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining, considering all these ultimates available for the defensive side, I just can't see how Kungarna can make it work, especially with the blade coming out. It's gonna claim one, it's gonna look for more, but overall it's a 3-for-1, nothing else so far. But it should mean that Kungarna will be halted once more with 50 seconds left on the clock.
You deny the pulse bomb with the defense matrix. Zachary's gets eaten out, but eaten away. Sorry, that's probably a better way to put that. And then Who Are You comes with the blade instead, and that's exactly all they need, because Who Are You is just so insane with that. He's so, I mean, he's always able to find those kills. They're gonna dive right on top of Haku, but they still are able to get him away. We see, I mean, the Transcendence save his life for now as they go forward, but they need to find his kills quickly. We know Fusion University is capable of turning these fights around.
But we'll see 2-for-1 now, 2-for-2. Zachary's still looking to turn things around, but it is going to be Harbler picking up a double kill. Still alive on the Diva, but it's not over just yet, of course. Almost 1 tick already on the board. Kraken though, finding Chain. Who Are You gets another onto Jur, and just like that, with overtime kicking it still might just be Fusion University winning out on this one. Desire left on the point. The blade is going to be popped. 1 kill claimed off of it, but overall, still looking really good for Fusion University, as Zachary going to clean up that kill. And with Haku going down, it is going to be no ticks on the board here for Kungarna. Shane trying to do something will be unsuccessful, and Fusion University 33% away from winning out the second series of the night.
Let's talk about the disparity between teams too, and how crazy Fusion University looks. Kungarna just moments ago was able to full hold on Anubis on point A, and then come 30 minutes later, they're getting full held on Hanamura. It's absolutely insane, the proficiency that this roster has, not just mechanically and individually, but the cohesion and the synergy that they display as a team is just unbelievable. And we already saw how the only team that has been capable so far, from what we've seen of Fusion University, to take maps off of them and actually contend that roster has been Envision. But with how Envision has looked lately, I mean, is this team even beatable?
It's hard to really find an opponent that can match up against them right now in the Overwatch Pit Season 2 Championship, as they've looked unstoppable, as said, throughout the group stages, but somehow even better, of course, now with the likes of Who Are You and Alarum actually playing with good ping. And at this point, we'll see whether or not the side of Kungarna can just hope onto anything here to make things work for them to get a draw, as we will see some interesting choices. Jur on the Symmetra and Jesus on that Torbjorn, a full builder comp potentially for them.
Who Are You coming forward? I mean, 1 tick required. That's all they need, is 1 single tick on this map, and they will be able to take the series, move themselves forward. Having a couple of days off, I believe, to go ahead and make sure that they have everything ready and tidy for what will likely be a grand finals for them. I mean, just the way that they're playing, you can't imagine anything different. But as we start off, look at this composition. I mean, you took note of it, but what do you make of this, man?
The hook enabling a kill onto Elk is gonna be good for them, as Desire actually finds a Beast Halo, so maybe they can make it work. Kraken lacking though, getting the Doomfist in the end, but overall it is going to be the defensive side holding out strong. And Jur, look at that, getting close to potentially a teleporter or that shield, so maybe they're gonna hope to stall things out with the help of the armor as well as the shield generator.
Fusion University going in for round 2. They'll have a different composition. We see them not going for the dive. Instead, it's the tank strat just walking straight in. They need to get onto the point quickly to have a good shot at this. Desire getting taken out to about half.
Oh,
and Jared
so
needs
close.
to Oh, he's looking to try to put the shield generator down, actually.
And we'll see already Harbler going down is going to make things very difficult. They're so close to taking it now as BCO is going to get another kill. And even the shield gen at that, we will see the meteor strike come through, finding no kills. And with this beautiful 4-tank execution coming out of Fusion University, they will close this one out. But valiant attempt coming out of Kungarna.
I mean, Zachary looking good. Who are you looking good? Everybody's looking good. From Fusion University, they make the full hold. But I like this comp at least, that they were able to pull out. They made the stop initially, which is something that doesn't happen often against Fusion University.
One does not simply beat Fusion University, it seems.
It was